and welcome back, my fairies. I am Matsurific, and we are back with episode 19 of Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Unfortunately, Gloob has decided that they want to air the episodes out of order, because how dare anybody else air any episode before them? So if they're not giving us major spoilers, then they're going to give us the entire episode. It's like, if they don't get to air the episode first, they're going to spoil the entire thing for us. And it's like, ugh. Oh my goodness. Hate it so much. I don't know why they hate us so much, but anyway, I haven't seen the trailer for this, but I have seen the thumbnail for Aiden's video, Cartoon Apocalypse, where apparently we're going to see Felix's transformation as the Peacock Miraculous, so that's gonna be cool. We also do know from a clip that was leaked that Marinette is going to break up with Adrian, so that is, something that is eventually going to happen. So yeah, we'll be waiting for that, I guess. It's very possible that could actually have already happened by the time this episode takes place, because again, this is episode like 19. So yeah, very, very frustrating that they've got this going on. It's like, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to air the episodes out of order? We just want to watch the episodes in order. Why can't you let us do it? But no, they gave us this episode, so it's like, okay, fine. I guess we're watching this episode now. So this is Emotion, and I'm going to go watch the episode, and I will be right back. Okay, so this was certainly an interesting episode. So fortunately, Marinette and Adrian are still together. Not only are they together, but sometime between episode 12 and now, Marinette finally gets over her insecurities and is actually able to talk to Adrian. They're able to go out on dates and everything. And it's like, oh my goodness, yes. And so we start the episode off with them on a date. They're going to see Andre, and and Andre is like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? Do I finally get to serve you guys this ice cream? You're not facing any drama or anything, are you? Like, oh my gosh, it's a dream come true. I finally get to serve this ice cream. And he seems so excited to serve these 4 flavors. We get 4 flavors this time. Normally we only get 3, but this time we got 4. But I also have a hard time appreciating this fully because of what we got previously, with him being like, oh no, how dare Cat Noir and Marinette come up to me asking for ice cream? How dare Cat Noir love anyone other than Ladybug? How dare Marinette love anyone other than Adrian? How dare you people? So it's like, it's a sweet scene, but that other episode is like, it's too fresh in my mind and I can't forget about it right now, so it kind of ruins it. Yeah, they get to have their ice cream, finally, and they're like sitting down on the beach, and it's like they're having this really cute moment, and they get really close to kissing, and then Adrian gets an alarm on his phone telling him that he has to go, but he never told Marinette what it is that he's going to. He's like, I didn't tell you because I forgot. Sorry, I'm late. I gotta go. So it's like, he's clearly hiding something from her, and she's all confused, and we know that it's not some Cat Noir thing because she's not in a rush to go and transform as Ladybug. I'm honestly kind of glad they didn't have that kiss because of what we learned later on in the episode. Actually no, because that was fine. So yeah, there was nothing wrong with them kissing there, but it's between that and when he goes to get in the car that something happens. But she sees this expression that he's making, he looks all angry and upset, and she's concerned about, what's got him feeling so upset. So she goes and talks to Ollie and Nino, which it looks like this is the same setting, so I'm guessing Ollie and Nino were also having a date separate from Adrian and Marinette, but they're also here, so she just goes and joins them and crashes their date. And she's like, why wouldn't he tell me what's going on? And they're just like, you really don't know? And I love this part, because Nino's like, you, the girl who used to know Adrian's schedule over the next 15 years by heart, don't know what he's doing tonight. And then Marinette's like, no, because I'm following a certain someone's advice, and she points to Alia, about how, I shouldn't do that, and Adrian is free to do what he wants, and I can't control everything. And it's like, yes! Thank you for acknowledging that it was wrong for her to have his entire schedule memorized. The whole thing, I'm pretty sure the whole line of for the next 15 years is just to play up the comedy, but like, there's no way his schedule is set in stone for the next 15 years. There is no predicting that far ahead in the future. Nobody can plan that far, not even Marinette, not Natalie, not Marinette. Nobody can plan that far ahead. I suppose Bunnings probably could, but that's just because she has the power of time travel. But they tell her that he's going to the Diamonds Dance, which is supposed to be this big event for, the richest people in the world and their children. So basically, their heirs. And she's wondering why Adrian didn't tell her. But then she realizes, oh, he must have just been embarrassed because, she helped him to get free of his modeling career, and now he's going to this event where he's supposed to be a celebrity again. And she figures that he was probably just embarrassed to tell her because of everything that happened. And she wishes that she could just go and tell him that it's okay. And then she gets all confused because Alia mentions that Zoe is also supposed to go along with Chloe and their parents. Which has Marinette all confused because Zoe's supposed to go to the movies with her. And then we find out, well, I'll get into that, because after that, we get a scene of Kagami and her mother, Tomoe, and they're sparring, and then Tomoe's like, pack your things, we have to go. And then, ew, Lila comes along, and I love Kagami's line of, are you here to just badmouth Marinette again? And Lila's like, no. Where are you going? And Kagami tells her, that they're going to the Diamonds Dance, and she tells her that, it's just for, for the famous people, for the famous and rich, for the wealthy, and that she and Adrian are going to be introduced by their parents as king and queen of the ball, which made me think that maybe Adrian didn't tell Marinette because he was worried about making her jealous if she knew that he was going to be named king with Kagami as his queen at this ball. Which is a nice little fake out, because then we find out later what the real reason is, but I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, you guys that's exactly why you should have told Marinette, because you could have actually hurt her if she sees this on the news, on TV, and finds out that you two were named king and queen. That might actually hurt her and make her think you two still have feelings for each other. You absolutely should have told her this. And Kagami is actually feeling concerned about it because she's like, we've been named king and queen, and, I recognize that I still have feelings for Adrian, but he and Marinette are so in love, and she's all concerned about that. And this is the part where she's like, I'm surprised you're not bad-mouthing Marinette, and Lila's just like, oh, Marinette's the one who doesn't like me, I just want us to be friends. By the way, what is this ball anyways? So Kagami tells her, that it's basically just, it's for the most powerful families. Our families see us as diamonds, and Lila's like, well, why didn't I get to go? It's like, because you're not a diamond, you're not a precious stone, you're just a stone. It's like, sorry for being blunt, but that's not how I see you, but that's how our parents see it. And Lila gets all mad. She's like, she's not even concerned about Marinette at this point. She just wants to know why Gabriel didn't invite her, because how dare she not get invited? She's also a face of the Aggress brand. So she even calls him up and leaves him a message like, so when am I gonna get my invitation? I'm still waiting, waiting for that invitation and for my mask and dress. Call me back, bye. And it's like, oh, the desperation there. But then we get Marinette and Zoe at the movies, and Zoe actually is meeting up with Marinette. And, Zoe tells her, I'd much rather hang out with you. I know what that party is. It's a party for stiffs and people who are boring and fake. And I got tired of being fake, of pretending to get along with these people who are making my life miserable back in New York. I'd much rather be here with you, my friend. And that's when Marinette comes up with this theory that, maybe Adrian was just embarrassed. And I wish I could tell him that, he didn't have to be embarrassed, that I still support him and that I understand. It's not easy getting out of your father's grasp like that. And Zoe comes up with the idea of Marinette taking her invitation and going to the ball in her place. Because the invitations are these masks that have these ID codes in them that once they're scanned, they say the name of the guest who's attending that's registered to the mask. So Zoe gives Marinette the mask so that she can get in as Zoe Lee. And of course the guards don't know who Zoe is, so they're like, oh yeah, sure. You had this invitation, it says you're Zoe Lee, yeah, go on in. But of course she hides from everyone too, because, she can't let them see her here, because otherwise, they'll know that she doesn't actually belong there. And, so she goes to the event, when we cut away from Marinette for a bit, we see Gabriel. He is scratching at his arm, and it's like halfway up his arm. Clearly, it's very obvious that they're hinting that the cataclysm damage on his arm has reached almost all the way up the lower half of his arm, because it's bothering him. And it's like, that is 100% spreading. I mean, we've already confirmed that, but still. And then he and Natalie are getting into it. And Natalie's like, Adrian should have the right to decide who he wants to spend his time with. And Gabriel goes back to his no-nonsense self. Like, above all, he has obligation to follow orders. It's like, ugh. And then Natalie's like, so you think, for now. And that's when Gabriel gets the call from Lila, and he basically just hangs up on her, like, I don't have time for this. And he hangs up on her. And then Tomoe and Kagami come in. And they're like, shouldn't Adrian be here already? It's like, and Kagami's thinking that Adrian is actually skipping out, or at the very least, is intentionally late to just sort of stick it to their parents. Which has Gabriel upset, but like Kagami is just full on smiling. She is so happy. And then Chloe comes along, because she comes in with her parents, and her father points out that Adrian's not here yet. And Chloe's like, the traitor is hanging out with his baker girl again. Like, are they officially, like, are they, like, publicly a couple? Because that is amazing. Like, oh, please tell me that we're gonna get an episode with Chloe having to deal with the fact that Adrian and Marinette are dating. Please, I need that scene. I need that so much. We got a glimpse of it in Chat Blanc, but I need more of it. I need to see Chloe festering in her hatred for the fact that how dare Marinette go out with Adrian. So yeah, and her little tantrum there causes Kagami to like laugh and everything, like, yeah, this is funny. And then we see Adrian come along, he's got his mask scanned, and then we see Marinette coming along. And then Adrian, he's playing the part for their parents and everything, and he even goes up to Kagami and is about to kiss her hand when he notices that she's still wearing the ring with her family sigil on it, which bothers him, because like, oh, you're still being held back by your mother. And then Amelie comes in, being completely fake, saying, my son has been, Gabriel, my son has been missing for weeks now, and he, not only are you not helping, but now you don't even invite me to this party that you set up? You haven't been the same ever since my sister disappeared. Why are you rejecting us? Why are you doing this? And Gabriel basically just brushes her off and tells Natalie to see her out. And then we get this hint that Amelie might actually know a bit about what's going on, because Amelie and Natalie talk about, why is Natalie still working for him? Why are you still going on with him? Why are you still going along with this? And then Natalie basically tells her that she has no choice. Then Natalie says there's always, oh my gosh, I keep getting the names mixed up. Natalie tells her that she has no choice, and then Amelie tells her there is a choice. I think the reason I'm getting their names mixed up is because they all end with A-L-I-E. They all end with L-I-E. Emily, Amelie, Natalie. Their names all rhyme, I just noticed that. Especially since Emily and Amelie both end with I-E, not Y. I've seen a lot of people spell it that way, but it is I-E. Anyways, so she's escorted out, and you're just like, Amelie, you know full well where your son is. We could see right through you. And, I just noticed that there is a texturing image. I'll take a screen cap of this and show it to you guys, cause I just noticed that there is, actually, see if I can get my mouse in there too. There is a texturing error. You see the shadow of the bolts on the this thing that Marinette is hiding behind, but it's at the very top. And it's like there's nothing there to cast a shadow. Like, that's a texturing image, or a texturing error. Yeah, they should have adjusted that a little bit. But anyway, so Marinette is hiding, and then she gets approached and is like, "Oh, the entrance to the ballroom is this way. Just go on in." So she goes in, and then we cut to commercial and come back, and then we see Marinette in this really pretty dress. I do kind of wish it had more color to it, but like, everybody's in pure white, and it's like, I don't know what's with Gabriel and pure white, but like, I will say though, she does look very, very nice in this dress. She's got her hair up in a bun, she's wearing heels, like, she looks very nice in this dress. And then we get we just get a quick shot of the party and everything, and we see, and then Chloe comes up to her and it's like, "Who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, but you clearly got really good taste." And it's like, oh, that's just proof that Chloe is really only dissing Marinette's style because Marinette's, like, it's either because Chloe has the superiority thing that she's trying to push on Marinette, but she does actually like Marinette's style, she just won't admit it. And my theory is actually that she's jealous of Marinette, because Marinette has everything that she wishes that she had. Friends who love her, parents who give her, whose love she doesn't have to earn. She's got all these friends, and Chloe doesn't have any of that. Chloe has money, but she's not happy. Marinette is happy, but doesn't have Chloe's money. But anyways, Chloe comes along, and Marinette, and she's like, "Who are you? You've got style." And Marinette's just like, "Oh yeah, my name is Zoe, and my mom's name is Chloe." And she's like, "What? My half of a sister's name is Chloe, is Zoe, and my name is Chloe." It's like, yeah, well, nobody's perfect. And it's like, that was funny, because it's like, she's either implying that her mother, whose name is Chloe, is not perfect, and it's like, oh, she's got this name that makes her not perfect, or, oh, your name is the same as my mother, well, nobody's perfect. It's like, it's like, there's two ways to infer that, and I love both. That was really nice. So Chloe is sort of, showing her around, and we get, oh my gosh, one of the background characters is like, my butler, his name is Jean-Jacques, and it's like, are they all misnaming their butlers? We actually do see in the credits that Chloe's butler is actually credited as Jean. So it's like, oh, she knows his name. She's just doing it on purpose, just like her mother does. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because I was like, oh, you know, that's a nice little Easter egg if you catch it. But Adrian and Kagami are just sitting up at the top talking, and we start to notice that something is off with Adrian because he's suggesting that he and Kagami ditch, and he's like being all suave and everything, like, you know, it's like, you still have feelings for me, but you're setting yourself aside. That's very admirable of you, my queen. And she's like, yeah, Adrian, you don't have to do that right now. Our parents aren't watching us. And he's like, but they're still pulling the strings, aren't they? And then Kagami basically talks about her family duties, about how, you know, she's a descendant of samurai women. And she actually looks at her ring and everything. And Adrian even tests her, like, you know, well, if you're not under your mother's thumb, then let's go right now. Let's leave. Let's forget what our parents are saying. And she basically, you know, kind of talks him out of it. And it's like, no, we're not going to do this. Like, she almost seems like she's going to, but she's like, no, I can't. And he's like, see, you can't disobey them either. You're not as free as you claim to be. So they go on to the dance floor to have the king and queen dance. And then Marinette, girl, this is not the time or place. You could have tried to find a way to talk to him in private, but no, she just bursts in onto the dance floor, and she's like, Adrian, it's me. I just wanted to tell you that, you know, you didn't have to hide this from me. It's okay. I support you. You know, I understand. And he's just like, he's got this frown on his face, and it's like another clue that this might not be Adrian. We were actually suspecting that this might be Felix. And then Chloe's like, oh my gosh, it's the Baker girl. She crashed our party. And the security drones come in, but they scan her. It's like, that's just Zoe Lee. It's like, see, that's not my sister. And Baronette's just like, I don't care. And then Adrian is like, you know what? I don't care either. And he takes her hand and just starts dancing with her. But then he starts saying stuff of like that Marinette is able to recognize. It's like this is wrong. This isn't Adrian. You're not Adrian. And she realizes that it's not Adrian, it actually is Felix. And he reveals himself as, I forget his name. I think it was like, Aeon or something? Or Alan? It was some sort of, I don't remember the name. I'll find it in a second here. But he transforms, and at first I'm thinking, oh, he's trying to ruin Adrian's reputation by saying that, you know, Adrian is this peacock holder who's in line with Shadow Moth, and it's like, but we find out later that that's not the case. But he releases the Senta Monster, and like, if you're bathed in the Senta Monster's light and he snaps his fingers, then he can cause you to disappear. He first makes Chloe disappear, and then he grabs Marinette, and doesn't even, and like, she tries to get away because she's like, I gotta go transform as Ladybug. Well, in her mind, obviously. Argos, that's his name. And, you know, obviously, Gabriel is like, you're Felix, because, like, he knows that because it's like, oh, obviously he has the Peacock Miraculous, that's clearly Felix. And Felix is like, you can call me Argos now. And it's like, Adrian, my mother, and it's like, he's basically telling Gabriel off. It's like, it's time for someone to finally put an end to you controlling people. Me, my mother, Adrian. You just want us to do whatever you want us to do. And he releases the Senta Monster, and he starts causing pretty much everyone he disapproves of to disappear. Everyone he thinks makes Adrian's life miserable, or Kagami's even, he makes them disappear. He makes everybody in the room disappear except for Marinette and Kagami. And then he basically kidnaps Marinette, and Kagami's sitting there feeling helpless because she knows there's nothing she can do. And then Argos takes Marinette, and she's like trying to get away, like, what did you do with Adrian? You better not have hurt him. And he's like, he basically tells her that he would never hurt Adrian, and that Adrian is actually really lucky to have Marinette in his life. So he hides her so that she is no longer bathed in the moonlight, so that he doesn't accidentally make her disappear. And then, so obviously, Marinette's now hidden, so she's going to transform with Tiki and go and confront him as Ladybug. So she goes and confronts him as Ladybug, and he tells her, before that, I just want to talk about, we get like this whole musical scene. Like, I was not expecting this episode to be a musical, but we get like this full song. And I mentioned in my review of episode 12 that I'm a little worried about Bryce singing that love song that Adrian sings, but Bryce also plays Felix, and it's like, I'm a little worried about how this is going to sound with Bryce. And if he can't nail this song, then I hope they get the singer from the movie. But, fingers crossed that he's able to nail this perfectly. I am praying that we get some fan covers of this song and also Adrian's love song. Like, please, somebody cover these songs. I need to hear these songs covered. But he basically has this whole musical montage where he's walking through Paris and making everybody disappear. I'm thinking that the reason he goes for literally everybody else is because, these people are Adrian's fans, and they're also to blame because they won't leave Adrian alone and just let him live his life. And then Ladybug comes along and starts to fight him, and he basically tells her that he wants hers and Cat Noir's Miraculous so that he can make a wish for a free world where nobody will be under anyone's control anymore. And she tries to tell him that there would be a terrible price to pay if he made that wish. And he's not really willing to listen to that. He's like, I have nothing left to lose though. So he threatens to make her disappear. Then she summons her lucky charm, and she literally gets nothing. She even changes her costume, even changes back from her Lucky Charm costume back to her regular costume because she has nothing. So she looks around, and like literally all she can see is Felix, and she realizes that Felix is not doing this out of malice. He's doing this because he thinks that it's the best way to protect Adrian. So she's like, yeah, you're right, I can't defeat you, but I know that you're a good person, and that you're not willing to pay this price. And he's like, yeah, no, I am. And he makes her disappear. And then he finds Kagami, and Kagami threatens him with her bamboo sword, which I'm guessing was Tomoe's, because Tomoe uses her sword also as a cane. So Kagami is like threatening him. It's like, you made everyone I care about disappear. And he's like, not everyone. And he brings back Adrian. And at first I was a little worried because in the next scene we see him with Adrian's ring, but then we find out it's just a replica. Because I did actually go back, and we actually do, they do a good job at keeping Adrian's hand hidden, aside from the one, from like a couple of seconds when he brings Adrian back in front of Kagami. And so basically Adrian, so we get this flashback with him putting the amok into the replica ring, where he creates this the Sentimonster. And we get to the part where I realized that it would have been fine if they had gotten their kiss, because I kind of forgot that it was after they have their almost kiss that he switches with Adrian. But basically, Adrian, when he's about to go meet up with his bodyguard, passes by the changing stalls, and that's when Felix is like, Adrian, over here, summoning him to him, and then basically makes Adrian disappear, and then he de-transforms, and he is disguised as Adrian. He's wearing Adrian's clothes and has his hair styled like Adrian. So the entire time at the ball, that was Felix. And when Marinette saw him in the car making that expression, that was Felix with a serious expression, like, I'm getting ready to do this. I'm going to do this. This is it. And then we flash back to the present, and Adrian and Kagami are trying to tell him, you can't do this. We're not going to let you do this. And Adrian is like, you made everybody disappear. Our parents, our friends, my girlfriend. And then Felix is like, oh no, yeah, oh no, she's actually fine. I put her in the safe place. And he goes to show them, like, see, she's right here. Wait, she's not here. I can fix this. I think I messed up. And it's like, yeah, you did mess up. Of course, they don't realize that she actually is Ladybug, and that's why he's not able to bring her back, because he's trying to bring Marinette back. Right now, she's Ladybug. Even though you would think that would work, because technically she is Marinette, but it's also kind of a good thing that didn't work, because, that would give away her secret identity. It's like, I brought back Marinette. Why is Ladybug here? Oh. He freaks out thinking that he accidentally made Marinette disappear for good. And Adrian's like, don't you realize what you've done? You can't control your powers. Bring everyone back. And Felix actually apologizes, saying he never meant to hurt them. So he brings everyone back, and then he leaves, and he just sort of breaks down, and it's like, oh my gosh. We actually kind of feel bad for Felix, because now it's like, yeah, he did a lot of bad stuff, but he did it thinking that the ends would justify the means, and that he would be able to set him and Adrian and, all the people that are trapped free. So Ladybug, she's back, and she goes to find them, and, she's on the roof, and she sees Adrian and Kagami, but mostly Adrian, freaking out. Like, Adrian is just freaking out, calling out for Marinette. It's like, Marinette, where are you? So she goes and hides and de-transforms and comes back as Marinette. She's like, I'm here, I'm fine. And they have a hug, and it's really cute. Like, she hugs both of them. It's like, oh, that's really cute. So he leaves, and he's just breaks down. He gets rid of the Senta monster, and he just curls up into the fetal position and cries. And it's like, oh my gosh. My friend Dem has hated Felix since he was first introduced. And even he felt bad for Felix. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, we know where he's coming from now. I feel bad. It's like, oh my goodness. And then we actually see him approaching Amelie, and he, while he's transformed, and then he de-transforms in front of her and just hugs him. She's not even surprised, which means that she knows that. Which means that when she told Felix that she was going to protect him from the heroes that thought he was a villain, she even knew about the miraculous. So she knew that he was, oh gosh, I've already forgotten his name. She knew who he was, and that he had the Peacock Miraculous, and that's got me thinking that she might already know that Emily was using the Peacock Miraculous, and that's why she got sick, and that Gabriel is trying to bring her back and everything. So yeah, that was definitely a little tidbit there. So that's some interesting theory stuff right there. And then we get to see, the city is trying to fix everything that was damaged, because Ladybug did not have a lucky charm to be able to fix everything. And it's like, that was nice that they showed that, instead of just pretending like that that didn't matter. And then we cut to Andre's cart, and he's giving the three of them a friendship ice cream, and it's like really cute. Like, so there's a flavor there for each of them, and it's like, oh, that's really cute. And Marinette tries to tell Adrian again, because she knows that was Felix before, that, you didn't have to hide it. You could have just told me about it. And that's when Adrian reveals that all of the theories were wrong. Gabriel forbade him from telling Marinette about the party. And that Adrian is worried that, you know, that Gabriel just doesn't want them to be together. And Marinette's like, well, you know, maybe you should suggest that we meet and we have a heart-to-heart. And he's like, yeah, I'll do that. And Kagami notes how they've both come such a long way, which is true. You know, Marinette's come a long way. She's actually able to talk to Adrian without getting flustered. He's able to be a lot more honest, you know, not just with himself, but also with his father. And it's like, yeah, they have grown a lot. And I wish we hadn't had to skip all that development. Dang it, Gloob! And Kagami even says that she's going to try to learn from their example and try to have a heart-to-heart with her mother, too. But then we cut to Adrian talking to Gabriel, and Gabriel is not having it. Like, he doesn't even acknowledge Marinette as Adrian's girlfriend. He says, I told you not to tell your friend about the dance, and given that it's proven to be a disaster, I don't want to hear about her ever again. It's like, oh, you were doing so well as a good parent. You were doing so well, and then you just turned around and started being a biscuit again. Oh, go crawl in a ditch, Gabriel. You are awful. And so Adrian just walks away all sad. Oh, I feel so bad for him. And then Gabriel calls up Natalie, and it's like, I'm just getting tired of Marinette. She's starting to get in my way almost as often as Ladybug. And it's like, oh, yeah. My question is, did we miss the episode where he targeted her to get to Cat Noir or not? Because he knows that Cat Noir has feelings for Marinette. So it's like, you know, we gotta do something about this girl. But then he gets cut off because Lila calls him up again. And I will say I love this scene. He's like, I don't wish to talk to you right now. Stop calling me with your foolish demands. And, you know, it's like, why would I have invited you? It's like, my bottles of perfume are images of the Aggress brand too, but you don't see me inviting them. And it's like, he is so done with everything. And we get the end card. I kind of like how I don't know how to talk about the end cards, but I really like how the end card has, you know, you see Marinette and Adrian having their little date, and eating their ice cream together, and you actually see their reflections in Gabriel's glasses, with Adrian in one lens and Marinette in the other. And it's like, ooh, he is really getting it in for Marinette. But then we get another scene, and my theory's been confirmed, you guys. Lila does, in fact, know that Gabriel is Monarch. He doesn't know that she knows yet. She hasn't told him yet, it seems. But, she is standing in front of the Aggress mansion, and she's like, I'll show you that I'm not just some bottle of perfume, Monarch. And then the episode ends. It's like, oh my goodness, she knows. And that might just be even more evidence that she very well could be the next Hawkmoth. Because we do know from Bunnix's introduction episode that there is going to be someone else using the Butterfly Miraculous in the future. And yeah, that's all going to be really interesting. It's like, are they actually going to get the Miraculous back from Gabriel or not? Time will tell. Who knows? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, this episode really did turn around Felix. Like, that was really nice. I'm glad they were able to give us a new perspective on Felix and finally let us know what his motives are. But again, I wish we had the context from the previous episodes. Gosh dang it, Gloob! Okay. Anyways, this video is already getting pretty long. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to be 15 minutes like some of the other reviews, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos from me. We do all sorts of fun stuff on this channel, including playing video games, we do art, and I'll sometimes talk about cartoons and anime. So if you enjoy this stuff, then be sure to ring that bell icon to never miss a video. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I hope you all have a very magical day. Nailed it.